this is a quick demonstration of opening a project in Visual C++. And I'm going to trigger some errors in it so we can see what some of those error messages look like. So here's Lab 1. I'm going to double click, open the folder, and I'm looking for the solution, which is right here. And when I double click on this, it'll launch the compiler. Now, right now I have the compiler really shrunk down so that I'm not recording as much area in Camtasia Studio. You'll also notice my program didn't show up. Well, here's my project right here. I need to go into source files, and there's my source code file, .cpp. Double click on that. There's my code. Now I can see this little program. All it does is it inputs a length and a width and calculates the area and then puts out the answer. So first thing we have to do after we've written our code is build it. And I usually do a rebuild right here. You can also run it, that will compile it, but what you're looking for is it says rebuild all succeeded. Now we can run the program. And let me drag the window into the recording area. So I'm going to type in 10 feet for the length, 10 feet for the width. We got 100 feet. Press any key, continues the last message. Hit it again, program exits. Now I'm going to deliberately put some errors in this program. The most common error people make is you leave off a double quote. You don't close a quote. So that's what we've got right there. Now I'm going to rebuild my program. And you see we've got an error list down here. I've got to come look at it. What's the error message? Error 2001, new line and constant. What that means is I started a constant. Open quotes, that's my constant. And I pressed enter in the middle of it because I did never close my quotes. So really what they're saying right here is close your quote, stupid. All the rest of these errors, it's saying you don't have a semicolon. Well, I don't have a semicolon because the semicolon is part of my constant. As soon as I put my quotes back here, everything will be cool. So I put those back in. Now I can rebuild it. It says rebuild all succeeded. I don't need the error list anymore. I can actually close that to save a little room. Of course, you're going to run this in the full screen. Another very common error is you forget your semicolon. See, I took my semicolon off right here. It's gone. Now I'm going to build my program again. And it gave me an error. I got an error list again. Let's make it a little bit bigger so we can see it. And it says error, syntax error, missing semicolon before CN. So it's complaining about line 15 if you noticed. And line 15 is right here. The error is actually on line 14. You see, here's line 14. But the error was listed as 15. That's because it's not an error until you get to the next piece of code. So literally, I could have put the semicolon here. Of course, that'd be silly. It looks horrible. You want the semicolon at the end of the line. So as soon as I put the semicolon back in, I want to hit save all as I go. That's a very good habit. I'm going to rebuild my lab. Now you see rebuild all succeeded. I don't need the error window anymore. And I can run the program. Now, one other thing I want to show you that's different from the book is I do this. We do this an awful lot so that our program will stay on the screen and not exit as soon as we get to the return. System, open parenthesis, quote, pause, unquote, close parenthesis, semicolon. This will keep your program on the screen. That's all it is right there. That's why I had you do that. Do that for all the labs. So, if you have any questions, call me or email, and this concludes a quick demo of some common errors.